This is Pitio Ndyeshumba from Institute of Lands, Dar es Salaam. I am a professional research fellow. Today I'm going to briefly give you an outcome of my research, which is titled Gender Relations in Community-Based Water Supply Organizations. My research is focusing on water user associations and water user groups together, known as community-based water user organizations. I will look at the efficiency and issues that are attributed to gender power relations and the dynamics in view of accountability and community-led water governance. I will also explain my findings on community water supply-based organizations, their governance structures, including gender dynamics and the processes, as well as their consequent effect on water users. Next slide, please. In my research, I adopted a combination of two methods, which include focus group discussions together with key informant interviews, especially interviewing key resource persons in the water sector, in the water basin where I conducted my study. My study was carried out in 3 Tanzania water basins, namely Pangani, Lake Victoria, and Wami Ruvu. These are 3 basins out of 8 main water basins that cover the whole of Tanzania. Next slide, please. My preliminary findings are as follows. There is intrinsic reluctance of men to share power with women or enable them to access positions in community entities. This is also applies to community water management entities. According to socializations and different attributes of community interactions, men seems to be reluctant to accept women to participate in the leadership in different organizations, which includes water management entities. Also, I noted that most men are not willing to allow their wives to attend public activities, especially when it comes to meetings. Always men would like to leave their wives at home and possibly give them some other assignment, and themselves go to the meetings. And this is seems to be normal to almost every community in all the areas that I conducted my research. And then men are regarded as gatekeepers of women's participation in water supply related decision making. In view of gender inequalities, men tend to kind of limit women participation in different ways. Mostly they kind of favor themselves in terms of participating in different decision-making activities like meetings, and in most cases, women are not attending meetings due to the limitation I've just mentioned above. Next slide, please. Additional findings include that the rural water sector reforms and transformation processes are have been pointed out to be responsible for increasing gender power inequalities. This is a very very sensitive part of my research because there are a lot of dynamics that have been noted in this process of restructuring the different entities to capture the operation and maintenance and the sustainability issues. This is particularly evident whereby a number of women participating, for instance, in the water board has been reduced to the lowest minimum. And also the positions for communities to participate also have been reduced to the minimum because more than 70% of members are elite and employees that form the top board of the community-based water supply management organizations. Also, I realized that the choices and voices of women are not given opportunities where participation and community ownership are given less attention. In view of the quest to restructure the management of water entities at the community level, then there is a rush to do some of the activities that will bring changes to the management rather than considering the ownership and participation of community members. So as a result, choices and voices are not accommodated in the process. And also I realized that community water management teams together with community water boards are entirely male dominated. As I have said before, in terms of numbers, in terms of the quality, and in terms of opportunities to engage in decision making, then the domination of these major entities that are governing the water supply at the community level have been diminished. The next slide, please.